So last evening I basically disconnected everything from turbo, and now just the one hose left here that goes into sump, so we need to remove it, and hopefully not many oil will come out, but I think it will. So let's see. And now it's naturally aspirated, and the turbo is out, and it's looking all nice and it's all glory. So yep. So what we have is, it's not big movement to the sides. The horizontal moving, I think it's none, but yeah, now I think, but that's minimum. Sideways moving, and the hot side moves just about the same as the cooled, but what here was the puddle of oil and is, so I hope it's turbo problem, not the engine, because when I discussed with Saabers, we said if it would be an engine problem, this exhaust manifold would be wet with oil. Now it's just dry build up of oil, and I hope it's not engine problem, so let's hope for the best. I hope you see how oily is the exhaust pipe that goes to cat, and yeah, it's a lot of oil here, so this should be turbo problem, because again the exhaust manifold is all dry and no oil here. So, and it seems that it wasn't leaking because no smoke marks on the sides like it should be if it's leaks. So the gasket was okay. So yeah, let's bring this turbo to repair shop, and we will speak with them how much it should cost. Wastegate actuator works really nice actually. So this is the first look to brakes, or what's left from them. Yep, the view is a little bit terrifying, but I hope most of this thing is okay and it will work. So brake pads are gone, not much left. The bushings also really bad, but maybe they will be enough for tech inspection. Speaking about rust, well, it's mostly surface rust, and behind the dirt is with paint. Down here not much. Some bolt is sticking out, interestingly, and the leakage is, we need to find the leakage. Looks like easy fix. This hose is shattered, and this should be an easy one. Just replace this hose, so I believe, but I will check by pressing the brake pedal. I hope this is not a dangerous spot to leave the camera. So we got leaking. Oh, not even from the top. Okay. Hard to see. We got some fluid on this thing, but I don't see where it's come from. We have some fluid over here. I need my blanket and get behind this. As you see here, the brake line is damaged, so we need to replace the metal one. So yeah, it will be more job. We have a beautiful sunset, and finally we have a beautiful sunset here. Finally not new, but restored refurbished turbo. That should solve our problem, hopefully. So let's speak less and install the turbo. So it got really dark. About, where is my flashlight? About 3 hours took me to put this in. So yeah, everything was mainly made in the dark, so it could be some surprises, but so far it looks okay. Everything's bolted, except the exhaust. It's semi-bolted. Everything else is pretty much like it should be. So battery installed again. Put some oil after it burned the last time we were firing up, so now oil level is okay. Just coolant level is not the best. It's like minimum, maybe less, because I forgot to tighten that bolt, and it spell out everything. I just start to hear that something is leaking, and I was, what's that leaking? Oh, and then I understood that that bolt was untightened. So I tightened, but some of the coolant disappeared. So maybe it won't be very bad for a few seconds of checking. So yeah, let's try to fire up and see if smoke has gone. Whew. no smoke. Woo! It smells okay, like petrol. Let's give it some slight thrust. Smokes are back, but maybe it has to burn out. And now it's kinda not smoking, but let's check how the engine sounds. So it's smoking here because it's got leak, but smoking here, but not massive, so maybe it needs to burn out. So I think I need to wait for tomorrow till I add some more coolant, because I don't want to burn it like this, and of course I need to turn the bolt the exhaust fully. So yep, this is it. The Saab is out of its grave. Yeah, pretty dark. Last evening I also ended in the evening. Now I also ending in the evening. We drove out after 5 years. He left his place. Of course, I was moving back and forward a little bit, but this is the next level. So yeah, it's running. Everything seems to be almost okay, but yeah, of course, turbo is has made his job, and no smokes, just little smokes. We have maybe exhaust leak, and yeah, but it keeps stalling. When you drive it and you let the throttle, so it stalls most of the time. So yeah, I need to figure out that problem. Of course, it doesn't have brakes because we had leaky rear left wheel. For now I just make it made the line not operative, so we have no leakage, but we have no brake fluids, so I'm braking with handbrake, but later on I will add some. And yep, so we need to figure out what's the idle issue. Not it's idling right now, okay, but what's that problem when you leave the throttle after you press the accelerator? So that's interesting, and gonna be some research process. Yeah, but overall I think the engine is okay. It's running and sounds okay. I see that you don't see nothing, but no smoke anymore, and yep, really exciting what's going to be next. Of course, great wash, exterior, interior, and then we start to fix again. We have one more issue is the broken spring, so it's scraping mad when you're driving, but yeah, somehow I will have to drive this way to a safe house. Whew, interesting. So maybe let's make one of the first rides. I'll just made some spins here, but yeah. So yeah, the ignition is on. Something is wrong with cluster because it doesn't have a light, so we are neutral. Let's start it. Whoop, that wasn't like that. Maybe the battery's dead. Oh well, that's bad. Because if we leave the car in this spot, it will be bad. Oh man, in the middle of parking. So I managed to push the car from this place to here, closer to a barrier, and yeah, maybe my playing with lights, interior lights all on, headlights all on while starting, so maybe it killed battery. So I tried to charge it and put it back in the morning, and then we try to drive somewhere in the same way. I will put brake fluid, and then it should be good to brake, at least with the car itself, not with the handbrake, because it's terrifying. So yeah, that's like the things to do. Hopefully the battery isn't damaged badly after this discharge. Yep, yeah, looking pretty nice. I like that color and the Saab overall.